said if I miss it, none of them not deliver. Cut up the youth and rough and it's down in the river. Them a bold money and they lie them tell. Corruption smell and they pocket them spell. When police don't have market like Satan out of hell, go mash up people start and people them spell. Deep on me. What they treat the market man. Deep on me. What them a treat the cat man. Deep on me. What they treat the peanut man. Deep on me. What them a treat the dirt man. Deep on me. What them a treat the sun man. Deep on me. What them a treat policeman. Deep on me. How them a treat soldier man.
Stibbidim day, stibbidim day, stibbidim day. We in Global TV says certain kind of friend we no cape, and some informer friend we love lake. We in Global, bona fake friend and bona tape. We in Global, we not promote them, we not support them. Look at them on the cheek, come here represent for. We in Global TV, check it.
Evening and welcome to another Drive Time London program. Welcome to the Global TV group. Thank you all for joining us. This evening we're discussing a touchy subject, Black people, politics, and religion. It will be itchy and scratchy for some of you, but one thing we should not do is shy away in today's open society from having any form of debate. We should not shy away from them. We should always engage our mind in thinking and scrutinizing, asking questions, and having conversation. It is way by which you enlightens the mind. As long as you must read also. It's the saving grace to the barrage of misinformation that can come one way at a time. But good evening to my community of parity and all my family members. Good evening to all my platform subscribers and members. Thank you very much, Elaine Turner, for your membership. The membership and Global TV continues to grow. We have about 6 to 7 members now. And the platform, thank you very much all for your ongoing support on Global Television. Sunshine, Patricia Matthews, Elaine Turner, good evening and welcome. Debbie Jervis, good evening. Good evening, Real Sweet. Good evening, Natalia Freeman. Good evening, Shauna Smith. I am Roger Forbes, my brother. Good evening and welcome. JP, good evening. Jamaican Foodie, good evening. Gloria Morris. Michelle Lewis Wilson, good evening. Good evening, Charmaine Ranger, True Love, good evening and welcome. Georgia Dennis, Amazing Grace, good evening. Abina Sakodi, good evening. Doris White, Nifty Friend, good evening. Amazing Grace, good evening all and welcome. Thank you all for joining us. Nigel, shake way up and run, go and hide. But I may have the chance, Violet Watson, Janet McIntosh, to read an article for you from interesting groups such as Jamaicans for Justice is one of them. Dr. Mike Abrahams is one of them. And Professor Rosalie Hamilton from Law and Economics at the University of Technology. They point out some of the major drop-through potholes in Nigel's budget. We will try to go through that article with you around the end of things. Janet Riley, good evening. Who may go after first? The politicians or the religious leaders / cults? Who do I go after first this evening? Because there's so much of them. But I would think, given the fact that we're always going after politicians, one of the set of powerful people, Angela, you want me to go after all of them? Well, go on. Angela 48349. Colin Humphreys, how are you? Who do we rugby tackle first this evening? Religious leader True Love says. Who do we rugby tackle? I think we should go for the religious leaders this evening. We're always swinging at the political leaders. But this evening, let us start swinging at the occults across Africa and the Caribbean. We're going global this evening. That's why we're global television. When it comes to occult worship, Africa has some standout man of God, woman of God, priest and prophetess, healers. Africa is not short of the occult system nor the occult leadership. But my God, did Jamaica not take it to a notch? Something we have never seen before in this current human existence. Kevin Simmet raised the occult bar globally. It happened right in our Jamaica. Shortly after the incident, while it was unfolding, Dr. Harris Chang was on scene. But it's easy to find all these occultic leaders across Africa. Most of our occult leaders practice through the, and I mean those that practice in the church. I'm not talking the barnyard and the obeah man them. May I talk about the one them, the thus saith the Lord cults. Those are the cults I'm talking about this evening. I'm not talking about obeah man and mother Bad Pan. We're talking about Sunday service. Thus saith the Lord. Those are the ones we're discussing this evening. We're not talking about barnyard, mother Bad Pan, or obeah man and him pigeon and him rat bat or him frog with him padlock. No, we're not talking about those this evening. We're talking about the bully pulpit of the church. We're going to watch some clips together. I want to start with Jamaica first. Hey. Reverend Leader Bev Bergen, a messenger that God regularly speaks to. Listen to some of the things that the God that some of you pray to, the God that some of you is bamboozled to dig deeper in your pocket and give to, that God that you have been bamboozled to let your children suffer while you look after the needs of the occult and their leaders. Let's listen to one of our very own Jamaicans. She operates in Jamaica, within Kingston and Montego Bay area, I think. And I think she operates in the United States region as well. I think California or New York, I don't know. But listen to the thief.
I know those who forget to pray and say, Lord, tomorrow I will pray. And God said to tell you those who take the tithe money and pay them the furniture bill.
God said to tell you, those who take your tithe and offering, Reverend Bev says, God said to tell you, those of you who take your tithe and offering and pay your furniture bills. He is watching you. God told Bev that. And listen to the applaud from the brain dead congregation. Jesus Christ, have mercy.
I know those who forget to pray and say, God, tomorrow I will pray. And God said to tell you, those who take the tithe money and pay them to the furniture bill. But there must be food in my house. It's not how you feel. The Hebrews before you, the Israelites, as you know. Do you know you're coming from them? I made a covenant with them, so I made a covenant with you. You are the descendants of them. About and the person that won by the van back on the about are you hiding from the church sisters and brothers? God said He sees you.
So that news carrying God will build mischief between church members, because all your God does, narcissistic Bev, is walk and tell you people business and tell you how to set church members against each other, careless gal, and tell church member how to bad mind each other, careless, wicked, liar, thieving gal. At them something that God, or me here different. And me here different, or them something that God I tell them. Oh no, God. That's why when we say me, a God in my own right, nobody can take that power from me.
And so I made a covenant with you. You are the descendants of them. About and the person that won by the van back on the about are you hiding from the church sisters and brothers? God said He sees you. I don't have no money. You want a box, but why don't you plant a seed in faith and let it multiply in your life? The person with the family member with cancer, and your God said, put your hands up. The person in here with a family member with cancer. Glory to God. No, not you. You have cancer. But one jaba. Chungu, mama. But chungu jama Angela, my daughter. Kucho jama Angela. Leko jungu jitecha. Kachu lego the fear. About one ju. Trust me. Akocho jama. My son went to Calvary for you. Akochungu unjama wanju. And then I show you my love. Baba unju jinge jama. Cha wanju. Where's the person with cancer? Family member have cancer. God said to tell her to repent. I find this glory if she doesn't repent. And you're about to 3 months. I'm about to do my hand. I'm going to talk about my own job. She's so cool, I am a loving God. I will show mercy. I control my one, what I won't beg her. I can do my own children. I am doing it. I am control of my life. He control this body of earth cannot. I control my hand and put your father my power. I control my hand. She's just a vessel that I'm using like you. I'm going down when the man want to Jimmy get down when Nenga Munga Ninga Wapa. Check Mama Minga Long. And I've seen those that sit in this temple. And I've seen what you said on social media about her. Both good, bad, and indifference. I'm not here. My son will judge. The world will judge. When the time But set your house in order. 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 Glory to God.
These demons walk with the spirit of exorcism. They walk with the spirit of confusion. They walk with demonic spirit. It is irritating to listen to, but the reason why I'm going to play out all of these for you this evening, because our people sit down, believe it, lap it up. There is a tribalism in politics that is also in the church. And it is no longer the plantation master that is damaging the mind of our people. It's either our politicians and our public servants or those on the bully pulpit that calls themselves religious leaders, murderers and thieves and whores and liars. That's what they are. But with this cult, because in the Jamaican spheres, most of these thus said the Lord cult operate through the revival church. And the revival and the church of God and so on. And Bev alone. You have the old wicked thief in lying Kareem Gegri. She and Bev baptizing at the same shitty water. Bev will take up liquor people picking and baptize them. This is how them people are wicked. This is how them are cast spell over people and their children. In the name of God. And black people can't see or wake up to the bondage, the spiritual bondage that the occult system have you in the name of God. It get worse. Listen more, Bev. It get worse. I
can't tell you, say. Something coming to America, brethren, Mr. Children on the road dead. Mr. Children on the road dead. Mr. Fire all over. Oh God, it's like me no know why gonna show me, me no know, but me I tell you, sir, brethren, let us keep the country of the United States of America lifted in prayer, brethren. Me say war. Right now, me I look for you. It's like that. Me talk about the Lord just have me spirit over there, and it's like it's like me looking and me see soldiers with different military uniform, different from the American color. And me see soldier with American color uniform. It's a soldier with light blue and like a grayish and dark upon the land, upon American. It's like a overtake. I'm look at me and see little pitney dead. Me see old people dead. Some sitting up in them chair dead. I'm just see fallen angels them just a drop and them going to talk. Whoa.
get shatter. It get worse.
When me look on America style, me see some soldier in a light blue, dark blue, grey, and some spot of black on them army uniform and some black boots, some tall black boots, and some of them are buried on them heads, some of them don't, and them have some missile no look like now.
Me now go further another one. I'm becoming a one of copy strike for the junk for them. Honestly, the things them where God have time to sit down and talk about, and only want me to go waste my time go serve such a confusing God, such a mix up news carrying, coach him, cult them for thief and confuse the audience. God, at that, you know that one invite me. Me, the qualified dunce, we have dunceness written upon my certificate. At that, dunce not understand them something there. But let's go over to Africa, where our prophet and priest and man of God in Africa are very brazen. Them not afraid to rob the people them in a broad daylight. Them not afraid to fight and quarrel over offering.
Lot of the pulpits are dirty. Majority of these men went into church business because of the money. That's why God himself is exposing these devilish men. May God help us, honestly.
Look at the great prophet Bushiri from Nigeria.
Listen, I was moving. I was in January 2020. The Lord began to show me something over there. I moved to February, March, April, May, June, July. I went to August, September, October.
Oh yes.
November.
Oh yes.
December 2020.
Oh yes.
I looked the whole year.
Oh yes.
It's gonna be a great year.
I receive.
God. Indeed, 2020 was a great year. What a shame, honestly. These are the scammers. These are the nonsense people, jokers, clowns. You people call prophet, anointed man of God. Bushiri is a clown, honestly speaking. You know what's so scary? How these devilish men will stand on their devilish pulpit and lie on God. That is so scary. To lie on God. Can you imagine? May God have mercy, honestly.
This one is even more brazen with it. They readily defend their offering. Because you must pay business tax, black people. You must pay colonial tax, black people. When we are going to wake up though? It's a crying shame.
That you have 1 million naira and God led you to give 500 naira as an offering. I don't understand. Which God is that God? Amadioha. It's only Amadioha. It's only an oracle that you go to the shrine and give 200 naira and they accept. And some people say God is not after our money. What you're giving shows how much of your heart he has.
Wait. So I should take the entire 1 million naira and give it to the criminal pastor for what? So how am I going to feed my children? How am I going to pay my bills? You see, these evil men, they are businessmen in the pulpit. That's why all they talk about is money. Give your money, give your money. Give your money, my Lord. May God help us. Open your eyes, my people. 99.9% of these churches are business centers. Period.
5th of April, the world is going to end.
This is the thriller, and you need to get your popcorn. Hey, this is the thriller. Jesus Christ, what a confusion.
5th of April, the world is going to end. If you like, take this serious. If you don't like, don't take it serious. But this is real. Rapture is coming on 25th of April 2024. I saw it very clear. Do you understand? I saw the date very clear and the Lord ministered to me. It's mentioned it twice. It has happened twice. Do you understand? So I saw myself in a trance and I saw 2 mountains. Do you understand? Everything was clear. I don't really know how to explain this, but man, it's real. My brother,
Everything was clear what God was showing him. He's having difficulty, though, explaining what God showed him clear. Everything was clear. And Mr. Son, everything he said was clear. Black people listen and believe these bullcrap. Black people listen and believe, and they hold true to it. Wasn't it the other day we see one pastor in Kenya? Can people go to church for go pray and tell them to pray till they either hear answer from God or something like that, and them dead and starve to death? And them take them and bury in a shallow grave, did he not? I told you, Jamaican took it to the highest, where we saw people willingly knelt in front of a cult leader and have their throat slashed because they believe he's the man of God and he can breathe a new life into them. It's a sad state of affair, the state of mind that we are in as a people globally. Can we not shed off? Can we not shed off this attack on our spirit for the last 2,000 years, more so the last 500 years? This attack on our spirit by European cultism, which, just like our politics now, the cultism that works against us is by our very own black people. The destruction we see amongst us in wherever we are, it is caused by the black business leaders, the black politicians, and the black religious leaders. A them a kill we off now. A them a impoverish we. A them a mash up with economy. A them a mash up with health care. A them not develop with infrastructure. A them thief off every penny in our country. Listen to the demon.
Is going to end. If you like, take this serious. If you don't like, don't take it serious. But this is real. Rapture is coming on 25th of April 2024. I saw it very clear. Do you understand? I saw the date very clear, and the Lord ministered to me. It's mentioned it twice. It has happened twice. Do you understand? So I saw myself in a trance, and I saw two mountains. Do you understand? Everything was clear. I don't really know how to explain this, but man, it's real. My brother, it's real. I'm even afraid right now. I don't really know what to do. But if you have not prepared yourself for the rapture, please start preparing yourself now. It's real. It's real. If you read your Bible very well, you know that every signs that is stated that it's going to happen before the end of the world has come to pass. So it's only remaining one thing, which is the rapture. And as I'm talking to you right now, I've gotten this vision twice. 25th of April, go and mark your calendar and start preparing yourself.
Hey. Well, prepare yourself, my people, because this month is already ended, basically. So in 2 weeks, we will be in April. So pack your bags and prepare yourself for the end of the war.
By the standard of this fool, we've only got what? 9 days? No, 10 days. 25th or 2014, sir. But 9 to 10 days left to go by the standard of this fool. You see, if these people just eat before they go in bed at night time, they wouldn't have these horrible and dangerous nightmares. The problem that exists here, though, is when they wake up and tell other black people the nightmare. Black people believe that nightmare As it is said by the prophet, the priest, the man of God. Thus said the Lord. It is a message from God. When Kevin Smith told them, the ark is about to leave, Jamaicans scatter to get on the ark in time, dressed in white, with them war hit cloth and cost passport. Ark and passport. Jesus Christ. If you get anything on this planet, unapologetically I'm saying it, dumber than black people, it no surface yet. Anything dumber than we don't surface yet. Because when somebody can believe somebody else's nightmare because they never eat in time before they got in bed, or the wickedness where them do a daytime, the whole heap of evil spirit where them a play with, where torment them. Other black people believe that that is a message from God. You ever wonder why politicians and religious leaders walk hand in hand? Jamaica took it to a level we've never seen before. And it still exists there. You want to see up a Trenton church, but a true. When them turn off the camera, we don't know we're going in this church. Up a St. Thomas, up a Mount Refuge, Dwayne Campbell, Ray Foster in a Westmoreland. You have a legions of cult across Jamaica in the Revival Church from St. Thomas to Claret, all across every parish. But when it comes to St. Thomas, Westmoreland, Montego Bay, the revival, them not easy there, so. A whole heap of these revival people used to go at great length to use their demonic spirit against their own church brothers and sisters, against their own family members, against their own community members. Them walk over upon one another to take away one another man in the church. And some of these wicked black people sit down in there and turn a blind eye to it and know all of it. And as you criticize, they are the same one to jump up and draw one little dumb verse out of the Bible. Because Christians, you know, them only draw the little dumb verses out of the Bible. The little usual dumb verses where pastors stamp them feet and shout at them regularly. You must believe this. You must remember this. And you must go out there and campaign on this. But some of them can't come to dunce like me. Because dunce like me ask questions that your pastors and church members want to see out there to them campaign. Every one of them come in front of me, shut down. Them and their usual verses. Can't come to dunce with that. You have to go to intelligent people if you want to confuse them. You can't confuse dunce. No Christian or pastor can stand up successfully and argue with me. I'm not going to get angry till on a bus. You either have to get angry or walk away. Because you come with lies and narrative. And when I put reality to you, on a shut down immediately. When you come in like telephone customer service people, you're given a script. And no matter what the question is, you cannot react to that question. You have to sing from the script given by the head of communications. Lord Jesus, don't even talk about them. Kafla dollar. What the man that name him and his whole family, the one them was sing and cry. Jimmy Swaggart and him entire clan. The America full of prosperity gospel. Jamaica full of prosperity. In England, you have one named the UKCG or whatever the criminal them name. You have all sort of African church where they rent building a Sunday daytime because it's a business between them and the local authority. In England in particular, I can speak of. It's a business between local authority, and particularly the African churches and the Jamaican churches. Anywhere they can get a building a Sunday daytime, when you come in a London, come walk and see the torment just in a my little surrounding here. So you're mad to book up in a church and fashion show, especially when it comes to Sunday. It's a fashion show. It's a business. For the dunce member them, it's a fashion show. They can show off your best hat and your best long frock. We are drawing a dirty up and dot. And somehow know we don't know heels, we don't know foot back. Pop up in the heels. Because you can't take time for rub off on your foot. But you can take money wrap up in an envelope for the man of God. And show special offering for visiting pastor. You black people have let your children down. You have built up the churches. And your children are out there selling drugs. Aren't you ashamed of yourselves? Black people come off a white people name. And the white people feel this generation. And uno, we take on money give it to pastor while on a picking have to the pan street and sell drugs for meat ends. Because you don't see the need of community businesses like the Arabs and the Indian and the Chinese. We pull them money together and create business. So them younger generation don't have to work for white people. Drunk or black people want to take phone or get to the church. Look at the lifestyle of the pastors. Dirty ladies use a new thief and a black. Gino Jennings, one me listen to, even though I not believe in none of them, because Gino Jennings will tell them about no clot. The whole are no thief and criminals. Uno the church worse than the politicians. Me I tell you no. Uno thief on a daily basis church. Weekly. The politician them are drunk. We fly down once a time when dead meat. But only the church on a dog. When I walk through with community draw dead meat daily and weekly. But how much some are a thief? See where the poor church members amongst you I go to. And never one of the church member were dropped down in a Sunday service a couple months ago. Have to come on social media, come ask for help to pay the emergency surgery doctor bill. Drunkards. And every day you still feed off of the blood of black people. Because you know so them dunce and them fool and them brainwash and them backwards. And when we jump out of the pack and talk to them, them tell we about we're ungodly and we're blasphemous. Blasphemous, your mother tegereg. Huh? Blasphemous where? Your pastor on your bully pulpit is the blasphemous one who lied to you, steal from you, and then turn around and frig off you and your children in the vestry. I lie, me tell. Tell me if I lie, me I tell. You all are criminals. You, the church. The church started out as a criminal entity. And it will end up as a gas chamber because them are go gas with one. When we don't have money to give them anymore, them are go turn around pan we. Because here the Nigeria pastor tell you, say, which God bless you with ₦1,000,000 and you come home with 500 naira water offering. I'm mad in my church. Wanna know say that feed me and my family. I hit me want to live big out and you come give me pittance out of $1,000,000. Are you a damn fool? You don't see the car with me drive. You don't see where my wife go to shop. You don't see my wife's jewelry. Black people, when una go wake up, it's irritating. It's mind-boggling. I mean, I run out of patience. Black people, when una go wake up and stop being used by political and religious leaders. When una go wake up, we're sacrificing another generation. The longer we stay in the sleep, we are sacrificing another generation. It is now or never. I'm sorry for the state of affairs that we really are in. But our people are so faithful to these two dangerous arms that continue to hold us back, politics and religion. And until we wake up to do these two dangerous swords that pierce us from either angle, we are never going to get out of this situation. Until we wake up to politics and religion and stop being used by religious and political leaders, we are doomed to failure as a race of people. Those who prey upon those rich lands that we live on sit down patiently rubbing their hand with glee. They are on their way to destruction. All we have to do is sit around and wait. We do not have to spill their blood any further. Thank you for listening to my rant this evening. Let me big up those who came on since I was ranting. Sonia Newman-Smith, Janet Jones, Brittany Lyon, Rosemary Samuels, Brittany L, True Love, Abina Sarkodi, Ubuntu, Stephanie Parkin, how are you? Shaman Ranger, Donette Warner, Ubuntu, Tash, Janet Riley, Winston Darkins, Rose Wright. Thank you all for joining. Deborah Cohen, good evening all, and welcome. O'Neill Gale, good evening. Good evening all, and welcome. Thank you all for being here this evening on the Global TV channel. Delroy Henry, good evening and welcome. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Who else is here? Perspective Power, Annie Jones. Good evening all and welcome. Yvonne Johnson, Darrett White, Plain Truth. Every time I roll the mouse in my eye, go dizzy following the list. Who else is here? But thank you all for joining us. That article I will read for you tonight. I definitely will. read this article for you tonight. Civil society group point to red flags from recent budget debate. I will read that article. Come back so we can look at that article tonight. And it's Dr. Mikey Abrahams, Professor Rosalie Hamilton, and Miguel Jackson from the Jamaicans for Justice team. So join us back tonight for the People's Point of View, where we will target the politicians, Colleen Stewart, but we Liebert Peart, how are you? But we will certainly start with the criminal Nigel Clark, who we find out how him and his friend them. John, how are you? John, how are you? We find out how him and him friend them a swindler and a thief off with money for empty building. That's something like Gleaner, yeah. Even the Gleaner cartoonists. Even the Gleaner cartoonists realize Duppy a ride Juliet wholeness. I don't afraid of no ghosts, Juliet said. And the clerk now a pint said, Duppy. No, the clerk pint pan Juliet and said, Duppy. Juliet said, I don't afraid of no ghosts. And just said, oh. So everybody says something wrong with Juliet. Everybody says Duppy. All right, I wonder if Obiaman Bill, you hold Juliet wholeness. Because then say when you hold Obiaman Bill, Obiaman was sending Duppy come torment you or turn you in a fool. And you really have turned fool over the last 6 months, Juliet wholeness. Fool like a duck. Embarrass yourself in a public day after. Me couldn't face so much public embarrassment when me can stand up to and defend Juliet wholeness. Your stomach strong. I must say it make your foot so big. Your stomach really strong to even grace the public. I know your foot and your shoulder all one strong, your stomach strong too. But everybody says something wrong with you. Because the clerk and the Gleaner said, Duppy the pan you, Duppy a ride you. You could have done afraid of Duppy some more. Duppy still a ride you. It's plain to see the crime of the children of this country. The crime against the children and women of this country by you, the politicians. Duppy have fair ride, you know. You don't say nothing won't do. Under this regime, nothing won't do don't work. Everything is chaos and scandal and brute force. You all have lost it. You all have lost it. You have no clue. This current regime have no clue of what they're doing. Or is it that they're so criminal-minded and corrupt that they are willing to change the status quo in order to make sure their corruption and criminality prevail? Them ya criminal, yeah? Them ya set of thieves. But go pay the Obia man in money. So if we can get rid of you, you do a job with sense. But that grave misunderstanding that you approach everything with, it has taken the country to one of the lowest governance structure and level we have seen since independence. Our parliament cannot dive lower than it is at the moment. There is no lower that we can go. we are at our lowest point in our politics because of one despotic family who think that they should hold on to the reins of power by any means necessary. This is what we have to experience and deal with as a nation. Criminality at the highest level of government. Thank you all for being here with us this evening. Join us back tonight for the People's Point of View, where we will look at the holes in Nigel's budget as the civil society campaigners pointed out. Mary Messenger TV. Thank you all very much, and we'll definitely see you back here later. Leon Johnston, good evening and welcome.